Right, Shalom, inshallah. When the staff is always about giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors apostle GMS, and honors to you brothers that are doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. Just wanted to do a quick one on the statement a brother made a while back now. One of the brothers in the camp. Basically just goes into, cause yesterday was at a camp, man. Chariots were coming up. I don't know if it will come out on video because it was during the day, so it's just why it's good to be at the camp, man, so you can see these things for yourself. But basically what the brother said is you only ever need to see a chariot once, because when you see the chariots, man, it's a faith booster, this, that, and the other. So you might be getting a bit disheartened thinking, man, shit, I never see any chariots, this, that, and the other. But if you're the elect, you only need to see a chariot once, and that's when you're being beamed up. Right, so I'll basically just go into a few scriptures about how the chariots are our salvation, and how that's how we're going to be protected in these last days. It says Wisdom 5:1 says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for." Right, because they'll be there about to get destroyed, and they see the elect of Israel being beamed up into them chariots. That's why it's going to be such an amazing thing, right? Because here it is, Hollywood's been telling them that, the little green men, this, that, and the other, but then you see they're not little green men. One is Yahweh Shah and the angels. Two, they're black men, and they're beaming up, so-called black men, Slakia, and they're beaming up, the guys that they've had, as it says here, had in derision and a proverb of reproach. Right, it says Revelation 15:2 says, "And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High." Okay, so that sea of glass is talking about the firmament, right? And mingled with fire. Why? Because we're gonna have a nuclear war. It's gonna have fire on it, right? But the thing is, the elect will be in them chariots, standing on that sea of glass, looking down as people get destroyed. Right, and they're gonna be, that's gonna be a time. On one hand, you're grateful for salvation. Scriptures talk about the righteous shall scarcely be saved. So that fear might still be in you. You get what I'm saying. It's gonna be an amazing time. It's gonna be praising the Lord. You know, yeah, and just watching people get destroyed, man. Right, it says 1 Thessalonians 4, I'm going to start from verse 16. It says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds." Would you think that's talking about? It's talking about them chariots. This ain't Hollywood would depict it as literally just in a cloud, somewhere on cloud nine or something. It says to meet the Lord in the air. Right, further proving that the Lord, is chariots, and that we're going to be beamed up into some spiritual being, vehicle, man. And so shall we ever be with Yahweh Shai, with the Lord, right? The Lord Yahweh Shai, right? In fact, while I'm here, I don't think I want. So verse 9 says, Acts 1:9 says, "And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sights." Right. Once again, basically proving that. In fact, let me go to the verse. Verse 11 says, "Which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven." So basically, Yahweh Shai was taken up into a chariot, right? And then basically, with the scriptures saying he's going to come back in the chariot, just as we read in 1 Thessalonians 4:16. Right, I'm going to finish off with Isaiah 26:20 says, "Come, my people," so Israel, "enter thou into the chambers, and shut thy doors about thee." It's talking about these chariots. "Hide thyself as it were, for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed, right? And that's the only way. Yeah, what, like I said, the scriptures talk about America being completely destroyed, right? So for the elect that are living in America, for them to be saved, they're going to be needing to be in some kind of safe house, and those safe houses, those chariots, until the indignation, until that destruction be finished, man. So with that, Lord's all, you've been edified, and like the brother said, I want to take credit for the statement. You only ever need to see a chariot once, and that's if you're of the elect and you're to be saved, right? So with that, let's say Shalom.